discuss more on this, I am joined by Bolu Michael-Biyi, a foreign policy analyst and a Mandela Washington Fellow. He joins from London, United Kingdom. Thank you so much for your time, Bolu.
My pleasure.
Now, let's talk about the factors that led to the rejection of the UK-Rwanda bill by Parliament and what implications does this decision carry for UK-Rwanda relations.
Just for the sake of those who might be coming across this story for the first time, it's important to, set the foundation for the discussion. The UK left the EU, and one of the major factors because of immigration, people were pouring in and they wanted the control of their borders. However, they still saw influx of people coming to the shores of the United Kingdom. And then in April 2022, the then Prime Minister Boris Johnson signed a deal with Rwanda, stating that from January, people who arrive in the UK from January 1st of that year would be sent to Rwanda. However, the British Supreme Court ruled that this was unlawful, and it's still in contention right now. And basically, it's led to a kind of a hung parliament on the issue because some feel like if they support the decision or the proposal of the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, it would mean that the UK will be breaching their human rights obligations. And some conservatives felt that the legislation was not far-reaching enough, so it led to a divided parliament, and that's why it failed.
In what ways will the rejection of this bill impact Rwanda's diplomatic relations with the UK? And what alternatives can Rwanda explore to mitigate any potential fallout?
Okay, the Rwanda is kind of predisposed to the UK system and relationship, because let's not forget that they were first a French-speaking country, and they kind of moved to the British system in a way. And it doesn't really affect much the diplomatic relations between them because it's currently solid for them to accept the plan. The United Kingdom has already paid Rwanda £240 million for the entire for the agreement, and it cost the United Kingdom over £3 billion a year just to process asylum applications. Not to talk about the £8 million they spend on maintaining these people per day. So when they come in, they stay in a hotel, they get feeding and all that, so it's cost the United Kingdom. And so it's kind of a win-win situation at the end of the day. They won't be spending £3 billion, and they don't mind parting away with £240 million as against £3 billion a year. The Rwanda, on the other hand, needs the money to develop the economy. It's the £240 million is a lot. I only need £1 million to be okay my entire life. So yeah, it's a win-win situation, but I think the diplomatic relations between them remain solid.
All right. Now, last month, many Somali and, of course, Sudanese refugees say they are happy about the British court's decision to actually block the Rwanda asylum deal. How will the failure of the bill affect the perception of the United Kingdom's commitment to partnerships and also trade agreements with African nations, particularly Rwanda?
Rwanda and United Kingdom, they seem to still have a very tight diplomatic relationship. And basically, I don't know much about how it's going to affect the other African countries in terms of trade, because this is an exclusively internal issue, and it boils strictly on immigration. If it were to be on trade, maybe to affect other countries, but when it comes to immigration, it just sends a clear message to other African countries that the United Kingdom will no longer tolerate people coming on small boats to its shores, and that anybody who comes into the country may be sent to Rwanda or anywhere else that may agree to accommodate them. So it's just the UK sending a clear message. And to be fair with the United Kingdom compared to the rest of European countries, the United Kingdom is kind of very tolerant in terms of immigration and accepting people, really nice, polite, tolerant people. And that system seems to be exploited by people from all over the world. Of course, the Sudanese and Somalis would we would rejoice that it failed because it's better than being in Somalia. It's better to be in UK than in Somalia or Sudan or even Rwanda, because they stay in a hotel, they get a feeding, the United Kingdom government will take care of them. So definitely, it's quite understandable why they would rejoice that such a bill failed.
Now, let's talk about the strategies or diplomatic moves that Rwanda could actually consider in response to the rejection of the bill to ensure continued cooperation and, of course, mutually beneficial relationships with the UK and other international partners. What avenues can they explore?
Well, I think the more the diplomatic work comes from the United Kingdom, because already a win-win situation for Rwanda, in the sense that they've received £240 million. They wouldn't want to return it back. I don't know the details of the agreement, but I'm not sure if there's a return clause in it. So Rwanda is just waiting for UK to act. They already have the money. They are ready to receive it. It's the UK that is kind of having clogs and fetters in the process of fulfilling their own parts of the agreement. Rwanda was there. The UK offered, they accepted it. It felt like a good deal. So I don't think it will really affect Rwanda that much, except that they decide to pull out of the deal. And I don't see that coming because the money is a lot and it will do well for the economy. On the UK, on the other hand, need to do probably three things. Say that they pull out of the ECHR, which is the European legislation on human rights, and make local policy that could block anything that will make the legislation not go through. The second option would be for them to maintain the status quo, and that will not please the British people because the United Kingdom will be going for election next month. That may hurt the Conservative Party. The third option would be for the UK to find another country that will be deemed safe, because that was the ground for which the injunction of the European Court of Human Rights stated that Rwanda was not a safe place, because going to Rwanda may risk these people, these are asylum seekers, to be deported to their own country and face maltreatment or death.
Bolu Michael-Biyi, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.